everybody, welcome back for another session of the Hopry. My name is Mark Starr, and tonight I'm going to share a beer that I see everywhere. I see people really trying to get a hold of this beer, trying to find it wherever they can. Sours are kind of starting to get a little bit more popular as time goes by. Now this one is called the La Folie. It's part of the Lips of Faith series from New Belgium, which I'm sure most of you are already familiar with New Belgium. I think they've been around since the early 90s, and I think most people associate the brewery with Fat Tire, their wheats, and I think the Sunshine wheat that they have was literally one of the first craft beers that I used to drink way back when I was, I don't know, 17, 18, 22 maybe. It's been a while, I'll put it that way. So kind of anxious to try this one. It's been a little bit of time since I've had this beer. In fact, the last time I had this one, it was a lot more difficult to find, and it actually came in a 750 milliliter caged and corked bottle. But they've obviously changed the bottle on this one, and so really looking forward to trying it again to kind of see how it tastes compared to the last time. I'll be doing a beer and cheese tasting in a few weeks for some close friends of mine, and so I've got a few cheeses here that I've kind of been tasting with some other beers to try to get that all set up to go. But I kind of felt like eating a little bit more cheese tonight, and I figured, hey, what the hell, I'm going to drink a sour beer. Let's see what kind of cheeses I got. So the two that I'm going to kind of work with this one tonight. The first one I have here on your left is the Humboldt Fog, which is a goat cheese or a chev. It's actually one of my favorite chevs out there, simply because it's just so dependable. If you're into goat cheese, you really like the flavor of goat cheese, try this Humboldt Fog. The other one here is actually a mild blue cheese. It's called Fourme d'Ambert. It is from France. And, I love blue cheese. Some people who don't like blue cheese, maybe you might like this one just because I think it's more of a mild cheese. You start talking about things like Stilton, Gorgonzola. Those are a little bit more pungent, and I can kind of see people being turned off by those. This one here is actually closer to what you can buy here in the States by a place called Maytag. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with Maytag blue cheese. This tastes a lot like that one, except it's a lot more mild. So anyway, we'll get to that here in a second, so I'll go ahead and set that aside. And let's go ahead and open this La Folie and get it started. And we'll go ahead and eat some cheese and drink a little bit of beer. So let me go ahead and get this bad boy going. Alright, I think that's probably enough for right now. So let me go ahead and push this up there so you guys can see the new bottle. So right off the bat, in terms of color, this is a dark ruby red color. It's about the same color I remember it before. It's not quite opaque. I can see through it maybe just a tiny bit, not much. I can see the shadows of my fingers when I hold it behind there. Excuse me, I've been working on a cough here lately, so I've got a glass of water here to kind of help me get through this. But so anyway, good color. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little spin here, and not a ton of head, but that's okay. What I am getting is a kind of a roasty, light tan colored head on there. Let's go ahead and get our nose in there. And so I can definitely tell this is a Flanders sour red. I had the Duchess de Bourgogne not too long ago, and I really enjoy that beer. I think it's probably one of the best Flanders that I've had. But I'm curious because I haven't had this one in a while, as I said, so kind of curious to see how this one tastes. But yeah, this thing is tart. Anybody know what a gleek is? Like used to gleek on people in school. Watch this. Woo! Man, this thing is tangy. I'll put it that way. as to where the Duchess is a little bit more sweet. This is really, really sour. Getting like a nice tart cherry component from it. You can definitely get the acidity on the tongue. Let me go ahead and cut off a couple pieces of this cheese to try it and kind of see what we get from that. I'm going to try the Humboldt Fog first, just because I'm really a fan of the goat cheese, and let's see what we... Man, that cheese is so good. So that tastes pretty good. The beer, being as tart as it is, really kind of even overpowers something like a goat cheese. Now that's why I brought up blue cheese down as well, because part of the process of pairing beer with cheese is to first do a little bit of research, but then also to do a lot of tasting, and eventually you'll find that combination that you just really, really like. But back to the beer for a moment. Like I said, not a whole lot of complexity on the nose. Really getting that sour cherry, getting a little bit of caramel. Not a great deal of floral components going, but I am getting a little bit here. So let me rinse my mouth out a little bit, and we'll try the blue cheese. So I'm anxious to see how that one goes. So Formed and Bare, again, if you're into blue cheeses, but you like them a little bit more mild, really recommend this one. It's very creamy. Wow. I mean, that is, woo. Man, damn, that is a really good cheese. So let me see how it tastes with this beer. Okay, so I like that combination a touch better than the goat cheese. I just don't think the goat cheese is really strong enough to hold up on that one. I will tell you that the Humboldt Fog tastes amazing with German Hefeweizens. In fact, we are going to pair this one with the Weihenstephaner. So if you can find the Weihenstephaner, which is dirt cheap anymore, get you a bottle of that and some Humboldt Fog, sit down, pop on some jazz. You'll really have a good time. I will highly recommend this Formed and Bare though. This is probably one of the better blue cheeses I've had. I just love the flavors in here. So, wipe my hands off here. So La Folie, this one's not, knocking my socks off. I like a good sour beer. I will say that I think compared to the Duchess de Bourgogne, this one's, definitely a lot more tart. They say it's a sour ale. I would say it's more of a tart ale. Smells very similar to that one. Same style, so that's understandable. Losing, quite a bit of the head already, so that's why I say only pour just a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit more in there and give it a swirl. Man, I can't stop eating this cheese. It's all I'm thinking about right now. So this beer is definitely better with the Formed and Bare. I think it's standing up to it a lot better. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and sit here, and I'm probably going to just tag the rest of this cheese and finish this beer, and hope you guys enjoyed this session. I wouldn't say I'm going to be doing a lot more food pairings, but every once in a while when I'm up to it, I'll try to bring some cheese into the mix. So anyway, thanks a lot for coming back to the Hopry. My name is Mark Starr, and we'll see you later. Bye.